what I did this morning, just to help us understand how a Lhasa Apso must look. This is my drawing. Don't mind my drawing, I'm not so good, but this is what they should look like. I'll go up from the head down to the last of the toe tip so that I can explain what this diagram actually entails. Now we'll start from the head. The Lhasa Apso, like I said, must be 11 inches height tall. When you want to measure a Lhasa Apso, the best way to do that is that you measure the ground. Okay, please. You measure from the ground. The ground itself will start from 1 down to the width, the shoulder blade, which is what we call the width. That's called the width. So you take it from the ground down to the width. When you get to the width, it must not go beyond 11 inches. And that is why we have the part that says 11 is the max, MAX maximum 11. It must not go beyond 11. Then it must not be below minimum 9 inches. When you carry your ruler, you use the inches part to measure this. If your dog goes beyond this, then it's not a Lhasa Apso. I'm sorry to say that. And if it goes below this, when it is not a puppy, a puppy dog, please, I always like to take time to explain this to people. A puppy dog is a dog below a year 6 months, which is 18 months. Once a dog enters 18 months, it becomes an adult. Some people will tell you, why is my dog not barking, and it's a Rottweiler. Some other ones will tell you, so you said I got a German Shepherd, why is it not barking? Sometimes maturity brings about these true traits of this dog. So if the dog is not barking before that time, maybe it has not grown to be an adult dog. So if your dog at that adult age, which is a year 6 months, is below this 9 inches minimum, it is not the Lhasa Apso, or it doesn't conform well. Let me use that. It does not conform well. Then if it goes beyond 11 inches too, it does not conform well too with Lhasa Apso. So it has to be between this and this 11 to 9 inches to 11 inches tall. And the best way to measure it is from the ground to the width of the dog, the shoulder blade. Now let's move to how long the Lhasa has to be. How long the Lhasa has to be. The Lhasa Apso must be around 17 inches long to 20 inches long. Maximum is 20 inches. Minimum is 17 inches. The length of the dog has to be measured from the point of buttocks. Please, let's look here. POB. Point of buttocks down to the POS, which is point of shoulder. So measuring from year to year has to be a maximum of 20 inches. Don't use centimeter, use inches, or 17 inches. So if your dog reaches 17 inches, it's still on point. If he reaches 20 inches from here, point of buttocks A to B has to be between 1 to 17 minimum. Maximum has to be 20 inches, but it must not go beyond this. For the length of the Lhasa, for the height, the ground is C, the top is D. So the ground will start your measurement. The top will be nothing more than 11 inches. But if it reaches 9 inches, it's still very much in conformity with what the standard says. Now, with that being said, please notice that from year to year is 11 inches. So now, from 11 inches, which is F, point F, from point F to point G has to be about 1, 2, 3, 4. If you put 4 inches on top of 11, your dog has crossed. It's good, which is between 15 to 17 inches. Then if it goes as far as 17 inches from the ground, adding 1 to 17 is the perfect standard, but it must not go beyond 17 inches from the ground. But if it reaches 15 inches, it's still very much good. If it goes below, it's not too good. Now, let's talk about the neck of a Lhasa Apso. It must be well axed. What the word well axed means is that it must be strong enough to carry the head in such a way that you know, yes, na my neck get this head. E must not have trouble, and e must not be too long like a giraffe. No.